Welcome to the Leetist podcast, a show where we play trivia games about games, video games of the video sort.
Oh, man, I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm so excited. I'm so hyped.
I'm Kenny, as usual, joined around the table by the Roy, Josh, and Philip to my Jerry, also known as Tim.
Hi.
Ryan.
What up?
And Sam's here.
Hi.
Hello, Sam.
It bugs me too. Every single time.
Full table today.
Yeah.
Name them again.
Just move past it.
Come on,
just let that one sit.
Tim could get this one. Roy, Josh, Philip, and Jerry.
Roy, Josh, Philip, and Jerry.
These are all names.
These are character names in a movie.
Roy.
Roy and Josh.
Roy and Josh. I'm not sure.
And I am lost.
And I am lost. What is that?
Heavyweights?
Heavyweights,
Thank you. God.
This is why I have Google now.
Let's see. Okay, guys.
Google
Was
his
Sam
thing.
born yet?
That was 95.
So I was not.
He was not born.
Yeah.
Do you know what that movie is?
I think I've heard of it before, but I've never seen it.
Back camp.
Okay.
And it's a Judd Apatow movie back before Judd Apatow was a household name, and Ben Stiller was the evil camp counselor, and it's
He was basically the same character he was in Dodgeball.
pretty much, yeah.
Was he the same character he was in Happy Gilmore, where he was the nursing attendant?
Oh,
That was
in fact, I would
evil.
love to see him as that character in another movie sometime.
That would
'cause
be hilarious
yeah.
to see, like a whole comedy about nursing homes and like how horrible it is in there. I would love to see that. It's a romping good time.
Too close to home.
Heavyweight still holds up. I would recommend it.
Do you
Oh,
think
it
so?
definitely does.
Oh, yeah, for
You
sure.
don't think it's like dated a little bit though?
I mean,
I mean,
it's dated, but
anything
it
in
holds
the
up.
90s is dated, but the comedy still holds up.
Yeah, for sure.
All the old Apatow stuff does. Freaks and Geeks, Undeclared, Cable Guy, I think, was an Apatow involved thing.
I agree.
We have a jam-packed show for you today. We have Are You Smarter Than Leet Gamer, as usual, our weekly trivia show. I have a returning game we haven't played in a while that we can only do when there's four of us around the table, because it's hard to do with a remote person, because it's a shouted-out game called Round Trip.
Oh boy.
Which is
love
a
Round
really
Trip.
fun one, which we'll explain when we get there. We also might get to some debates today, depending on time. I hope so.
It's true.
If you want to jump to any part of the show, timestamps are right below the show.
That's right. And if you guys, if you're listening right now and you're a big fan of what you're listening to, do us a solid and tell every person you ever meet that this is the greatest, just the greatest podcast you've ever, especially because there's so many new podcasts that are coming.
Apparently, man, it's like every day there's a new podcast. It's like podcast is just raining from the sky.
That's
but
right.
You know what podcast rains really hard?
Which one reigns supreme was what you should have said.
God, I fucking... Hold on.
You were so close to
take
greatness.
two. Take two. Take two.
In fact, you can pause the show right now. Go to the review section, whatever platform you're listening to, and drop us a quick rating or review, because, of course, that helps us get seen by more people, such as yourselves. Also, tell your friends and followers they can go to theleetist.com/new listeners, where they'll find fun clips from the show to give them a taste of what we do here. Plus, it includes a recommended jumping off episode for folks to start their Leetist journey.
Yes, indeed. I haven't been paying much attention to the news this week because I've been engulfed in games and work
You
and all
watched
that
the
stuff.
PlayStation State of Play
I
thing,
did
right?
watch
Yeah.
that.
So
I'm gonna be
that's-
honest with you
that's
guys
probably
here.
the majority of the news.
I mean, that's a good segue, but I'm going to be honest with you right now. Like, I don't pay attention to the news either. I just look up the articles.
You researched them, right?
His Google searches video game news.
That's right.
Top searches.
But anyways,
These are the questions.
let's figure out what shit I found out in the news game. The news game.
I was on last time. I got a big fat goose egg, so I gotta redeem myself.
Get that goose egg.
Well, every episode, we like to take a brief look back at the gaming news of the week and give our 2
We
cents.
wrote this script. You're going to hear it. God damn it.
But of course, on this show, simply reading the headlines ain't lead enough. We got to make a game out of it. I'm going to read off some quick fire fill in the blank gaming news questions, and my lucky contestants will have 30 seconds to answer them. We don't do deep dives here. So if you want to know more, Sam,
Fucking Google it.
Google it. That's right.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Sam is definitely competing today.
Oh,
Sam,
yeah.
would
I
you
think
like
it
to
should be
choose?
Sam versus Kenny.
I think since Sam is the guest, I think he
Oh,
gets to
fine.
choose.
You know what? Hey, Kenny, sit this one out.
Nice.
Sam versus Ryan. All right. And also, since we're recording on like a special Saturday, we only have
Saturday
6
edition.
days worth of news to go
You
through.
know,
this time
Saturday's
around.
when they drop all the leaks.
Saturday is
I
the
don't
big
know.
news day.
Apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan, what you calling in here
Oh my
for
God,
me?
Skyrim symbol, maybe it'll be it this time.
It is Skyrim symbol.
All right.
Congratulations.
All right, let's
Ryan,
do
you
it.
are going first. Are you
All
ready?
right, here we go.
Baldur's Gate 3 will be coming to Xbox after an issue is resolved with a co-op split screen on the blank
On the PC?
Series S. This past week during a call with the CEO of WB, blank was essentially announced and hopes to be seen in 2023.
God of War.
Mortal Kombat 12. Sony hosted a state of play this week, mostly centered around more details for the upcoming blank game.
The Suicide Squad.
Correct. Toru Okada, the composer behind the short and sweet iconic blank, passed away at the age of 73.
Short and sweet, iconic blank? No clue.
I know this PlayStation sound.
The PlayStation
Oh,
sound.
really?
Yeah.
Shunk.
Is he the one that goes? So he like just opened his mouth and it just.
Yep, that was it. I don't even think it was that. I'm pretty sure it was just that one note hit that happens at the start of every PlayStation commercial.
Oh, yeah.
That like literally that chime, that
Shunk. Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, if he's getting royalties off of that, that's good.
Well, he's dead.
If he was.
Fucking beat me to it.
I knew that because someone in our Discord told us. So there you go.
So, rip.
Did
Also,
he do
Shunk.
the PlayStation power down button? Because that would be that would be perfect for his eulogy.
Baldur's Gate 3 is going to come to Xbox, but apparently with the Series S, there's an issue with the co-op split screen, and so the issue is big enough that they are delaying the release of the game overall.
I think that's interesting. They want to do split screen with that game. We'll talk about this probably a little later, but I'm really enjoying playing the game.
Yeah.
I think that cooperatively, though, I wouldn't really want this to be a split screen game. I'd rather this be everyone on their own individual device playing the game together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Split screen. Maybe I finally embrace the fact that split screen is so antiquated. It's like just does not really fit well with like playing a game now.
How often do you co-op on a couch?
On a couch? The last time I did that, actually, when Chris was in town, we played GoldenEye. Wow. That was the last time we did that. But no, I just don't. I was fighting it for so long that it's like when Halo Infinite was like, well, we're not going to have split screen co-op or campaign or fight. And I was like, oh man, they suck. And then I thought about it. I was like, who would want to like play on a tinier version of the screen? The only thing that works well with that is Nintendo. They seem to get it right just because they have a lot of ways of being able to mitigate that issue.
Sure.
Like, so like if you're playing Mario Kart, you have modes like, if you get near the edge, we'll automatically push you near the center. That's the kind of stuff I like. But if you're going to do co-op, either make it all on one screen, which games can do that, or their own individual.
Yeah, with this, it's more of because it's very based on D&D. And in D&D, you can just split the party if you want and just run in different directions. You're not bound by a screen. And if you're playing with a close friend, like a sibling, a partner or something, and you want to have that couch co-op experience, you want to be next to them, talking to them, being able to have the same experience on the same screen, not in different rooms or whatnot. It's nice to be able to have that because there's so few
PC
games
over to someone's place. We're just going to LAN party. What happened to LAN parties, man? Bring them back.
I feel like, we might be neglecting siblings here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of siblings out there that want to play games together. I think that's a market.
You know what? I retract my statement.
Well, this whole thing has brought up a whole, the discussion again on Twitter about the Series S holding back different things, and this is another example of that.
Series is holding back what?
Like games in general,
I didn't realize this.
and like performance issues, and like they have to, optimize the game to the lowest common denominator, which is the Series S always now,
right?
Because PlayStation doesn't have like a worse version of the PS5. You know what I mean? Or
So in some ways, Cyberpunk did it right because they released it anyways, even though it wasn't optimized.
So I don't know how true that is, because I'm not a game dev, and what the truth is behind that. But people are all the Xbots and the Sony ponies are all fired up about that war, and this
Wait, what
kinda
is-
sparked that?
Whoa! Hold on. Let's back this up a little bit. What did you just fucking
What is
say? Xbots.
and Sony
Wait,
ponies.
hold on.
Sony
You haven't heard
I know-
none of you have heard either of those
I know
words.
Sony
Pony.
I know Sony Pony. I'd never heard Xbots.
Yes, those are what they call the fanboys for PlayStation and Xbox.
Oh, that's not clever.
I didn't come up with
it. Sony Pony, I get. Like, it's like, oh, you're such a pony. Like, you're just prancing around.
This is so funny because like those are so
What do they give Nintendo?
Contrived?
No, condescending
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But then people that are like PC are the PC master race.
And they're trying to use that as a condescending tone, but really it's like,
But they
yes.
embrace it. Yes, yes, we fucking are.
But what do they? So does Nintendo have one?
No, I don't think they do.
All right,
Everyone loves
so,
Nintendo.
so,
Nintendo.
so what do we call? So Nintendo's just like
Nintendorks.
Nintendorks.
Oh yeah,
Nintendon'ts.
Nintendo's.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
That's right.
Yeah, they were on top of it.
I don't have a side in that fight. I just see the war battling on, and I have no idea if it's true or
'Cause you
not.
Because
been
you're
like-
PC master race.
Yeah, exactly. You've been like watching the war from afar, and you go, I don't know. I'm in my plastic bubble. It's been amazing.
From your
for the-
mountaintop, just like viewing the plebs.
If there was
right,
one,
you
I would certainly be more of a PlayStation guy if I had a side, because I was never an Xbox player and I have a
Except
PlayStation
for the fact
still.
that a lot of the PlayStation games are just coming to PC anyway. So
Yeah,
it's
true.
like, all right, well, if I can play God of War on PC, I will play God of War on PC.
And I love Game Pass on PC.
Oh, yeah, I love that too, actually. Yeah, that's great.
So Mortal Kombat 12 was kind of like silently announced.
Oh, it was.
in like a short interview with the CEO of WB.
That's
I'm not
exciting. I like
sure
Mortal
who did
Kombat
it.
series.
But yeah, new Mortal Kombat. So, all right, I had a question regarding this one.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the 12th Mortal Kombat, the 11th, all things considered, is not terribly different from the first one. Okay.
I didn't even realize the 11th came out.
That's
So,
right.
The 11th, actually, the storyline for that one changed. It was a timeline. It was what they did in the Marvel
multiversing,
universe.
yeah.
They're multiversing. They're doing the same thing.
It's the classic. We've done too much in this one thing.
Right. We have
How
to
can
find
we
a
get
way.
it out?
How do we get a reset? How do we
Let's
get a
just,
reset?
Another universe.
Yeah, another universe, John.
Why not?
Which works.
What would you do to change an iconic franchise like Mortal Kombat to make it like a unique game without ostracizing the fans of the series?
Bring back babalities.
Bring back
I like it.
fatalities.
I like that. Good
Well, then
answer.
it's settled.
Good
Okay,
answer.
the next thing. Sony hosted a State of Play this week that was about Suicide Squad. What'd you guys think of that?
He answered it correctly.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
It looks fun. It looks like a.
This is made by
Generic.
the same people. Just to clarify, this is made by the same people that did Arkham Asylum.
all the Arkham games.
Yeah.
And then I watched a third-person grinding shooter game thing. Like, I don't understand the connection.
I don't know. Here's
it
the thing.
looks very bland.
I think
to
a lot
me.
of people are ripping it on the kind of story is cheesy.
I don't care about the story.
The microtransactions and all that stuff, and tiered loot. I look at it because I don't care about a lot of outside stuff when the gameplay is fun, and I think the gameplay looks pretty fun. And, well, it might not be, but I don't have bad things to say about it yet until I play it. I really don't know.
It looks like it'll be fun to play with like a group of friends and just run around, shoot things.
And I like chasing colored loot. It kind of gives me
chasing
it
colored
gives me a
loot.
little bit of a Outriders vibe as well, which is fine with me. I love that game.
Yeah, I liked Outriders as well, but I didn't go through the expansions or anything with that game.
I didn't either,
just did the base game.
I still played it for like 60 hours probably.
Yeah.
It was a fucking great game.
I haven't played that either.
I mean, I
I have
hope,
nothing adds.
I hope it does well. I think someone in our video game, the little tournament thing that we're doing, has it picked.
I do.
Aye.
All right,
I
hope it does well.
So
you get
did you
points.
counterpick it?
I kind of want to counterpick
Oh,
it.
I see,
I
yeah.
think it's going to get, if I could venture a guess based on the gameplay footage that I've seen, I think it's going to get around this. I think you're going to get points. I think it's going to be a 73 or 74.
Just based on the gameplay footage you've seen, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was enough, man. That was enough.
This
I
man
was
would
like,
have bet against 1993 Sega Genesis Aladdin and that one game of the year. So,
Oh my God. Why was the Genesis version better than the SNES version, though?
Oh, that's a great question. All right, Sam, are you ready?
Never. Let's go.
That was all of them. Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you want to answer that question, go fucking Google it.
I will. Hold on one
He's
sec.
going to Google all Sam's various questions.
I'll be right back.
Here we go. Sam, ready to go. FromSoft confirmed that Elden Ring has sold over blank million copies since release.
20 million.
Correct. The 204-page art book for Blank has leaked online months before the game's release date.
Suicide Squad?
No, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Forgotten Kingdom. Doom creator Blank received a Lifetime Achievement Award at this year's GDC.
I don't remember the creator's name.
John Romero. The Ukraine wants to ban the sale of Blank on all digital platforms.
Atomic Heart.
Correct.
Oh.
Well
The
done.
Genesis
Sam.
version
Get a
has
goose
the
egg.
edge
did
in
not.
almost every other area that counts. The inclusion of a sword in the Genesis port makes combat far more satisfying, and the animation throughout the game is infinitely better than the SNES counterpart. So in the SNES, they didn't even have a freaking sword for Aladdin.
My God.
So what did he do?
What a
He jumped
dope.
on dudes and
Oh,
threw
did
apples.
he throw apples?
Yeah.
He threw apples.
Let's start with the Zelda one because you said Tears of the Forgotten Kingdom, which is not the title.
What did I say?
thought- You said Tears of the Forgotten Kingdom.
Oh, what's the name of it?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
He forgot. He
Kingdom?
forgot that the Forgotten
What's
wasn't in
Forgotten
there.
Kingdom? Is that
There's
the
a Forgotten City.
Forgotten City?
Yeah, yeah.
Tears of the Forgotten City Kingdom.
Tears of the.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Cthulhu joins.
What was that story? Oh, art book.
Yeah, the art
Yeah.
book was leaked online. I think one of our Discord members announced that too. Basically, and
Just
said that it was
keep an eye
available.
out for that. Do not spoil.
Honestly, I'm trying to think. If I was thinking of Breath of the Wild and I looked at the art book for Breath of the Wild, I don't know what it
Probably
been
wouldn't
spoiled
spoil
for.
it.
It would
Yeah.
probably just be
It would have
sky
spoiled,
stuff.
like it would have spoiled. Oh, cool! I might encounter these things in the wild, and then 4 or 5 bosses that would be ultimately underwhelming. So I'm not.
Well,
totally
I'm
sure.
hoping that that's not going to be the case for this new one, though. I really do hope that they do something unique. But like, man, part of what I really liked about Breath of the Wild was like, I think we talked about this in the last episode, but like when you're exploring and all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck is this creature? I've never seen this thing before. I don't want to be like just giving it away on a art book of like, hey,
Sure.
there's this thing that's out there.
Do we know from anything we've seen so far, like
Sorry, I keep
there's-
hitting that.
if they're doing the same, what do they call the dungeons in Breath of the Wild?
Dungeons.
No,
the Divine Beast?
Shrines.
Oh, shrines.
Are they
Yeah,
doing
sure.
shrines
Yeah.
again? Because
Oh, I don't know. I fucking hope so, or at least some
They-
sort
no,
of
they-
equivalent.
I thought they showed like them doing the puzzle solving stuff, so I'm assuming the
Right.
shrines are part of it.
but I wonder if they're going to have
That's
like
important.
real dungeons.
People liked it.
Yeah. In addition to that, instead of the beasts that you crawl on, if you're going to
Like legit dungeons.
Legit
Like,
dungeons, yeah.
No, I would love to see legit dungeons come back. I
yeah.
thought that,
Oh, yeah.
they had like a decent idea with that one, but those beasts should have been 4 or 5 times the size that they were in order for me to feel like that was like
And
that's
actual,
true.
like,
Because like
Zelda
to
dungeon.
do
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
beast was probably like an hour.
I want to spend as much time in
Yeah.
a dungeon
If
as
that.
I
and
do
there was only
like in an
four
area.
of them before, getting. But
Yeah, I
like,
think they
there
made
was
up for
so
that
much
in
more
the-
exploration outside of that. That
Yeah,
was
I
like,
think they made up for the Divine
sure.
Beast being short for like all of the shrines.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the shrines were puzzles, and that was great, right?
Right.
And the outdoors was just like this big, massive, open area that you didn't know what you would come across or anything like that. I think dungeons should be combat heavy, and they should be like puzzle heavy. They should be like really super condensed, all the elements of the game in one place. You don't have to have a lot of them. Just make good, high quality ones that take time, they take effort, they have cool secrets, they have
Are
things
you
that
are you more? Do you want them to kind of go back to the idea that in a dungeon you get a specific item for that dungeon to help you kind of traverse it, rather than just having everything going into it, so you don't need a specific thing?
Well, that's kind of what they do with Breath of the Wild, because you got the powers after you completed
You
dungeons.
got them all at the beginning.
You
though.
got
You
them
get
at
all the powers at
beginning.
the very start.
now, like Regali's Gale.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, those things.
But
Okay.
you don't
those
need
things.
those to beat the dungeon.
Right.
Right. I'm saying in normal Zelda fashion, right?
more
The
like
dungeon
linear.
has an
You
item
get,
like the hook shot.
wouldn't
fire
mind that.
wand.
You're the hook shot
yeah.
or something like that. It's like, oh, you need that to actually beat the dungeon. Do you want it to kind of return to that form?
I don't think I would mind that personally.
Okay.
I think people would.
I would prefer it. I would like.
You prefer linearity?
Well,
not linearity, but if you get something,
no, I mean just be in that sense.
I'll
like
tell you
you've
what I
gotta
would
go
want
through.
is
yeah,
like
I know what you mean.
in the dungeon you get a hook shot. Let's say the hook shot lets you access places in the world that you could not access before, and it opens up different things. So it can still be open and non-linear, but it's just like different things in different dungeons will let you access
I
areas. you couldn't
love
before.
that because that encourages that exploration of like, man, I don't really want to go all the way over there to that dungeon, but that dungeon has that item that I really want to be able to explore, so I'll go over there.
The Metroidvania style.
Hey.
Yeah, which was totally left off of the left off in Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Like it wasn't a lot of you could go anywhere all the
You
time.
can literally go to Ganon from the very start.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
God, it was. That's why I'm torn. You know what I mean? Like I like
It's
both.
it's a double-edged sword though. You can't. It's hard to say like open world and then also be like, but with some linearity.
Well, you know
do
what I
that.
would see? I would appreciate the difficulty scale that's more on the level of like Dark Souls kind of thing. So that if you do beat the dungeons like you did in Breath of the Wild, like it made it more Legend of Zelda scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this game is that fucking hard if you don't beat these bosses, but it wasn't that hard. All it did was what? Like you had to beat the 4 bosses first and...
Well, no, you didn't even have to beat them. They just, if you beat them,
It makes
Ganon's health went
Ganon-
down lower.
That's right. Calamity
at the start.
Ganon is
Yeah.
so much
just make
easier.
it harder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make it super fucking still possible, but
Yeah.
super fucking difficult to...
Well, they also had to make it for like kids, you know.
Sure, then the
really
kids should
don't
go through all the
know.
rest of the fucking dungeons. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that
I would
be
like
a good solution for me.
For them to, I really hope that there were notes being taken, at least with Elden Ring, and how like, they have like what I would say is what we're looking for, which is, hey, you can go to this area. There's a specific item over in this area. You have to traverse over there to get it. But once you have that, then you have this ability that's super good that's going to help you traverse to other parts. Like Elden Ring did that. So like, I mean,
Let's design this a little bit here. Okay, let's talk about let's talk about, okay, I got this idea.
right.
Hook shot, for example.
Yeah, I like a hook shot.
Say that a hook shot exists in the new game, right?
I would love that.
And the hook shot makes it really easy to avoid an attack in the last boss of the game. You don't have to have it.
You don't have to have it.
You don't have to have
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
But avoiding this attack is way easier with the hook shot.
But you can get good and be able to dodge out of the way.
Exactly.
and
That's
stuff
what I
like
was
that.
saying. You could still do it in a way where you could go right to Ganon if you wanted to.
But that would take some really clever game design
I
to make
like that idea.
Which
it would
Nintendo
take a lot.
can do.
Yeah,
It's
it
true.
would.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine like, this is like infinitely easier if you have X. But if you don't have it and you want to just be like, oh
Yes.
man, I'm putting my big boy pants
Yes.
on. I'm going to do this. Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you guys ever go straight to Ganon without beating the
I
bosses?
never did.
No.
I thought that you have to fight all the mini bosses before Ganon.
Nope.
In the
but
final dungeon.
You cannot. You have to go through the beginning tutorial area before you
Yeah.
can even go there. So the what do they call it? The Great Plateau or something
Yeah, the
like
Great
that?
Plateau.
The
You
Great
can't climb
Plateau.
off it.
There's a
Yeah.
cool idea,
You
too.
cannot go out of that, so you have to do that entire area first before you can even go to Calamity Ganon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But then you can go straight there.
Then you can go
Yeah.
straight there,
Crisp.
but you do have to go through the tutorial portion.
Yeah.
I like this. I think we should apply for jobs at Nintendo.
We just came up with exactly what they did in Breath of the Wild.
Hold on. I got an idea for you guys. Don't change a thing.
We've come to a conclusion.
John Romero got the Lifetime Achievement Award at the GDC, so good for him. Well deserved, of course.
Love Doom.
And, yep, Doom and
Boom,
Quake.
boom,
And
boom.
what else did he do? He did that other franchise. Anyways, Wolfenstein.
Oh,
Yeah. And so, yeah, I guess this one should be pretty obvious for anybody that's played Atomic Heart. Ukraine is not a big fan of Atomic Heart because it's very Russian.
Well, yeah, I'm still trying to understand the idea of this. So it takes place in a utopian Russian society where, like,
It takes place in a Russian society where the Soviets came out on top in World War II, and then they were able to develop Soviet society further.
You're a Russian, I think, in this game, but you're not a Russian because you have no accent. There's no accent there, but there's other people have accents. You
that's
have
just
an
because
American accent, which makes no sense to me.
and your vending machine for upgrades wants to bone you.
And
Yeah.
your vending machine for upgrades
That was
really
weird.
wants
It's a
to
very
bone
horny
you.
game.
And it's a very horny game, and I don't. I think
Can
the
I
game-
say something about Atomic Heart?
It-
When you're fighting those fucking droid dudes in the beginning of the game
Yeah.
and you're trying to like kite them a little bit and they just kind of run around awkwardly in a big circle.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
This
Yeah,
is what they do.
I haven't
What are
been.
they doing?
They jog.
They kind of jog
Yeah.
in circles and wait for
I
like
didn't
an
even
opening.
watch
It
that.
is the silliest shit. Anyways, Elden Ring, 20 million copies. What do you think of that?
That's a lot of copies.
That is a lot of
Well
copies.
deserved. Yeah.
Is it true that our buddy Dark Helmet and Discord keeps posting things about Hogwarts like beating Elden Ring stats or something? Have you been seeing that?
No.
As far as
But I
sales-
did see
sales
that
and
there's a
stuff,
mod for Elden Ring where you can play as Harry Potter.
That's
With a gun.
awesome.
With a gun.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I guess that would make sense. You
I'm
know?
sure there's some kind of stats you can look at this way or that way that it's.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I would think that a lot more people know Harry Potter than Dark Souls.
Yeah, I might have had like
I would agree.
a bigger opening weekend.
Probably
Or like a
does.
bigger
Oh, yeah.
opening week or
Yeah,
something like
that's it.
that.
That's
Yeah,
probably
like
what
the
it
first
is.
2 weeks was
Yeah.
like some massive amount of players.
I mean, just
kinda
because
thing.
Ant-Man, came out with a lot of money doesn't mean it was a good movie.
Last
it wasn't
year,
a good movie.
Last year, Elden
It was
Ring
fun.
Elden Ring sold 12
Not the
million
best, but
copies
fun.
in 18 days. It announced that it sold 20 million in its first year. Hogwarts seems to be on pace to hit 20 million around the same time frame, if not sooner.
There we go.
So there you
Hey, we got there.
I mean, it sounds like it's a good game, so I'll probably play it again eventually. I'm
Yeah,
just
I got
waiting
a
for
lot
it to
of
go.
friends that are
Like,
playing it, and they love it.
I will wait for a sale on
I'll
that.
tell you
and then
Exactly.
play it.
a slight just spoiler about a mechanic in Hogwarts, if you don't mind, because it leads to a funny story. Later it takes a while to get to this point, but eventually you're capturing fantastic beasts in the wild.
Nice.
And you keep them in a place back at Hogwarts to harvest their fur and stuff that you use for upgrades, which is a pretty cool idea. But it's funny when you go capture them, like every step along the way, they're making sure to tell you that, like, oh, this beast you can take it and take it back to Hogwarts and it'll be safer there, because if it's out here, it's dangerous for them. And it's like, when you get back, they're like, remember, it's safer right here for them to be in captivity with you than out there. It's like every step they remind you that you're not like hurting
feel
the animal.
bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad. They do it like 8,000 times. They tell you that. I'm like, yes, I understand.
well, congratulations, Sam. You are the winner of the news game.
Went from the loser to the winner.
That's right.
You news it.
Yeah. You news all the years.
You news the news.
You're listening to the Leetist podcast, which means you like a lot of games. Well, on my channel, The Game Essayist, I talk about lots of games. I make short-form video essays discussing a slew of random and relevant topics, such as what Hogwarts Legacy could learn from Bully, and a Dark Samus character analysis. So check out The Game Essayist on YouTube. If you enjoy, consider subscribing.
Hey, Sam,
Yeah, Tim,
question for you.
go for it.
How's things going?
It's been,
I'm just kidding. Are you smarter than a Leet Gamer?
You fucking got me.
Oh man! But how are things?
On a weekly basis, we strive to prove our superior gaming intellect. One of us will try to outsmart the rest with our unique brand of gaming trivia. This week, it's me, Tim, who shall present the categories and questions, and my co-hosts and our wonderful, official sit-in co-host, Sam.
He's co-host.
I am the official long-term
co-host.
guest.
Exactly.
Long-term
You will
guest.
always be with us.
We'll call you LTG.
We'll bravely attempt to match wits, and here are the categories.
I'm getting it.
You guys ready for this? Mm-hmm. Prepare to cage.
Nice. Okay.
Wait, is this? Did we do this one? No.
No, we've done Prepare to Sly Stallone. We've done Prepare
We haven't
to
done Cage.
Prepare to Chan.
No shit. We haven't done Cage. Okay.
Prepare
Yeah.
to cruise.
Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So prepare to Cage.
I
Prepare to
almost
Cage.
did Bacon last week, actually.
Prepare to bacon.
Ooh, make some bacon.
Here's another category. Second name first. This idea was submitted by our amazing friend, Michael Hughes. He gave me the idea, and I ran with it.
Nice.
And then last one, a returning favorite of mine, Man from Nantucket.
You just got to be careful when you answer it.
That's right. Don't step on my fucking toes. All right, I got a D20 here, which isn't divisible by 3, but the first, let's go with 7s. All right, 7, 1 through 7, 8 through 14, and the rest of them. Huh. That is
7.
Kenny.
Yep.
7.
I will take Prepare to Cage.
Prepare to cage. For all you listeners
Yeah, you
out
should
there.
probably explain you wanna explain all of these,
All right,
maybe.
all right, let's expect that no one has heard this podcast before.
Our Prepare To series is a recurring segment where I will read off a name of a title of something, okay? And that thing is either a video game, a movie, or both. And then every time we do the segment, it's with a different star as the focus. So in this case,
Prepare
this is
to
Prepare to
Cage.
Cage, which focuses on Nick Cage. Nicolas Cage. You might be familiar.
The man, the
yeah.
myth, the king.
So when I read out this title to Kenny, Kenny's going to tell me if this is a Nicolas Cage movie, if it's a video game, or if it's both of those things. It's neither. It's never neither.
Yep.
So, Kenny, Prepare to Cage.
Yeah.
Rage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Is that a Nick Cage? I think he does so many fucking movies.
I know the answer
I'm going
to
to
this.
say
He has a
both.
lot-
Both.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It is
He
both.
has a lot
Amazing.
of money to pay off.
Well done.
This is not a press your luck.
No.
Okay.
No. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one pretty simple.
Got it.
Ryan.
Second name first.
Second name first. So this, like I said, this idea was submitted by Michael Hughes. I'm going to give you the second name of a name and name title, like Dexter from Jack and Dexter.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me the name of the game.
Okay.
And yes, these get hard.
Okay.
Earl.
Toe Jam.
Toe Jam and Earl. That is
Earl.
correct. Yeah.
Amazing.
Well
Very good,
done.
very good.
Yeah. I am Lord.
I am Lord.
I'll go with the man from Nantucket.
Man from Nantucket. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to start reading a limerick. And the end of that limerick is the name of a game.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So my
Good
rules
luck.
for rules from Man from Nantucket is that you are not allowed to say anything besides the answer of my poem.
You can't, like, because
I get weird about it.
pontificate on
Yeah.
it at
That's right.
all.
Which is why I'm going to move away from the mic a little
That's
bit.
right.
Just in preparation.
Your answer should either be the answer or I don't know, pass, and I might read it again. I might not, depending on whatever.
Because if you say, ooh, I think I know this, you'll ruin Tim's poem. And he'll get-
Ooh, it's the cream of the crop. I think I know this. All right.
Man had like 5 creamers.
He did. He had so many favorites.
He really did.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
All right, here we go. Sam. From the minds behind D&D, full price for a product key. It's not yet done, but Kenny's on his 8th run. Ooh, shiny new class in.
Baldur's Gate 3.
That is correct.
That's good. Amazing. Eighth run?
I've played all of the classes.
that initial.
Probably more like fifth.
Did you start a paladin?
Yes, I did.
Oh, nice.
I played it last night a bunch, actually.
Ooh.
I immediately became an Oathbreaker because I didn't realize how that system worked, but now I do. So
Huzzah.
can't wait for that game. I will take second name first.
Second name first. Max.
Max. It's a second of a name.
Of a name and name.
Name and name. So it's not Mad Max. It's something in Max.
Is this
Right.
stealable?
Man, what is this?
Oh, I know it.
Josh and Max. I don't know.
No, afraid not. Ryan.
Oh, puppy dog and rabbit, Sam and Max.
Sam and Max is correct. Well
Amazing.
done, Ryan.
I don't know what that is.
And you're up. You earned it.
It's
actually really
what's
fun.
it, point and click.
Point and click story
yeah,
game, but it's
Lucas.
comedy.
I think it's a
it's a
LucasArts.
LucasArts.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a great one. Cage.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Johnny Cage.
Ghost Rider.
Did they make a game out of Ghost Rider? I'm thinking back. I don't think they ever made a game, so I'm going to say just movie.
It is both.
Really?
It is both. Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, I kind of
you
remember
remember
like
a
a little
game?
like
Hold on, I got
Xbox or like Xbox 360, like really crappy
PS2.
graphics of just like a fiery skull.
Oh,
I
you
think I
know,
remember,
I
like,
mean,
the
I
train
guess I
yard.
should just assume if it's a like Marvel property, they made a game out of it.
Yeah,
They made a
Especially
game
back
out of it?
then, they did so many movie tie-in games.
Yep.
Oh.
That's true.
All right.
Oh my
I'll
god!
do
Yeah,
it.
it's a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah.
It's awful. Oh my god!
All right, Sam.
I'll do a second name first.
Second name first. Let me tell you, these just get harder from here.
Fantastic.
Rocky.
And Bullwinkle.
That's what
That was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, no. Rocky.
Tum Tum.
Oh,
Apollo and Rocky, the story of Rocky.
you know what?
That's a really good title, and I would play that game.
The story of Rocky.
Kenny. Rocky.
Blocky and Rocky.
No, afraid not. Ryan.
Pocky and Rocky.
Pocky and Rocky is correct. Ryan is fucking
Amazing.
destroying
it's
this
a
shit.
raccoon and a like
Moose.
a little kid.
I don't know
Pocky
the
and
answer.
Rocky.
Pocky and Rocky.
That sounds made up.
No, it's not.
I believe you.
Yes, it was. And then they made it into a game.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Let's see. It was, well, I guess it apparently has been re-released on Switch.
Yeah,
but
they
it was
recently
an
re-released
SNES
it,
game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I will not be picking that category anymore.
That's a
Come
tough
on,
one.
give me all those.
I'm sure that one's going to last to the end.
You can have those. We'll get the man from Nantucket's.
I'm going
That
to
is
take.
fine. You can take those.
Yeah, I'm taking Man from Nantucket.
The protag has made a personal pledge to uncover the truth behind the alleged. Falsely accused sister, hop rooftops to assist her. Put your faith in...
Fedge.
Oh, come on, Kenny.
Nah,
You broke
buzz yourself.
the rules.
You broke the rule.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge is correct.
Well,
Well
never played
done.
it.
Amazing.
But Verna's going like, Dishonored? Dishonored doesn't rhyme with Ed.
What is this? Pocky?
All right.
Ryan, stealing points all over the place.
yeah, I know,
I mean,
man.
I'm going to go ahead and give a score update. Ryan's at 5 and you two are at 1.
All right.
He
Guys,
keeps on
I'm
stealing
on
from
a roll
Kitty.
today. We'll do second name.
Second name, Mac.
Oh, Joe and Mac.
Joe and Mac is correct.
Amazing.
Let's go with a cage.
A cage. G-Force.
This is both.
That is correct. Well done, Sam.
Amazing.
Is G-Force the...
It's the movie with the hamsters. And I only know that it's a game because there was a sale on Steam that had GeForce in it. And I'm like, they made a game out of it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I forgot
Yeah,
about
the fucking
that.
hamsters that do like a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good pulse.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Jesus.
I will also do Prepared Cage.
All right, prepared cage. Firebirds.
I mean, chances are that's probably a game, but chances are it's probably a movie. But is it? I'll say
It's a little bit of column A,
This is
a
kind
little
of
bit of
just.
column
This
B.
is kind of just a guess. I'm going to say movie.
Nope, afraid not.
Oh damn it!
Both.
It's both. Oh, son of a.
Oh my God. So far, every single one of these has been both. I think we're seeing a pattern.
Maybe.
But I want to keep going second name because I really like these.
Second name, okay. All right.
I'll get stumped on one.
Big.
Oh, man.
Hey, you were right.
Well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, you're...
You called your shot.
That's right, yeah.
Because, like, there's a... I'm just trying
It's
to
a real
think
Babe
of...
Ruth moment here.
I'm trying to think of a person's name in a game called Big. And I cannot, so
Tom
I will
Hanks.
pass.
Afraid
Tom
not.
Hanks. Tom Hanks.
What do you think, Sam?
Little.
Nope.
I was going to say Little Big Planet, but that's not a person.
Mike and Big.
Nope. Tiny and big.
Oh man,
I was pretty close.
Little was very close. Yeah.
Tiny and
Yeah.
big.
All right.
I watched the Lord episode of South Park recently, so this
Yeah,
is very
you were
much
terrible about that today.
That's a fucking great
It
episode.
is very good.
Yeah. And I just do a little. It's a time is it? Fucking great episode. All right, let's do another man from Nantucket.
Man from Nantucket. Here we go, boys. All right.
It's called Tiny and Big's Grandpa's Leftovers.
That's right.
Is that just an indie game that's like no one knows
Got
about?
a 9 out of 10 on Steam, doesn't it?
wow.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Uh-huh.
Well, I may have to get this one.
All right. Sam,
Yes.
with agility in sight and hand, 5 colors at your command, pretend you can play the notes on display, be the hero in...
Rock band.
Correct.
Good job. Thought I was about to steal that.
Good job.
Canny.
Let's do another one of those.
All right. Despite the documentary made, not sure who, if any, have played, a game for the heart broke, indie gamers bespoke, be yourself more than ever in...
Braid.
Correctamundo.
Yes, good job.
Amazing.
Let's cage it up, baby.
That's a really good poem, by the way.
Yeah.
Outcast.
I know that's a game. Oh man, is he playing this game with us where it's all both? I don't know. It's a game, just a game.
It is both.
Oh my god! It's gonna be like because when someone just goes like, "Well, it's not both," it's got or it is both for everything. It's gonna be something else.
Yeah, he's going to do it like right at the
He's
end.
doing-
Nick Cage has been in like 200 movies or something like that. He's in
yeah.
like 10 movies a year or something like that.
That's right.
I just watched Pig for the second time.
All right,
in the
so
last couple
I will tell you that I'm on the last of all of these. So,
Oh, okay.
Outcast is a Chinese film.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Oh my god, what is this? It's a 2014 American Chinese Canadian action film. There's so much going on in this one sentence about what this movie is.
Hey, Canadians, you want to come in on this too? Yeah.
I 100% want us to watch this movie.
Oh, for sure.
Sam's up.
Yep, Sam's up.
All right. Let me get that last man from Nantucket. I love those.
Here we go. With lots of classic guns to wield, it's okay if you're not healed. If you happen to die, become another guy. Exhume the horrors of war in...
I don't know.
Okay. Kenny. With lots of classic guns to wield, it's okay if you're not healed. If you happen to die, become another guy. Exhume the horrors of war in...
Battlefield.
That is correct.
Oh, damn.
There you
Amazing.
go.
Well done.
Thank you. I will take The Last Prepare to Cage.
All right, last prepare to cage. Primal.
Both.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Amazing.
So they were all both.
They're all both. Primal, I knew that one.
It was just so easy to find them all. Oh my God. I just typed in a random name of a Nick Cage movie that looked like, I don't know, that might be a video game. And yeah, it totally was.
Jesus. We'll do second name.
All right, second name.
God.
The only way I can tie you is you both get this wrong and I steal it. So
Ryan.
Yeah.
Last one.
Oh,
Lynch.
Kane.
Son of a
and
bitch.
That
Lynch.
is correct.
Amazing.
Ryan.
They get harder.
You are the
Easiest
winner
one.
of Are You
That was
Smarter
the
Than
last
Leet Gamer?
question.
Yeah. Ryan 7 to Kenny's 5 to Sam's 3.
well, you redeemed yourself from last week. 'Cause I think you got that.
Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that.
See? I know these weren't very verbose categories or anything like that.
No, it was
but,
great.
Yeah.
They were still fun.
Keep it simple.
Hey.
Keep it simple sometimes.
And now
you
I
know?
want to watch the movie Outcast. This is the thing that must happen.
I don't.
Catch us up, Sam. What you been doing since last time we hung out with you, bud?
Well, ate breakfast
Gamer-wise.
So game-wise, my flavor right now is Atomic Heart.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a fun game. It's got some rough edges on the combat. Like if you get stuck in a corner or stuck on some of the geometry, there's two of the robots coming at you. They can just in 2 seconds hit you and you're dead.
Yeah.
They'll knock you down. They can hit you while you're knocked down. It's annoying. But man, I spent 8 hours straight playing it yesterday.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
It's
Yeah.
annoying,
That's a lot.
but I do really enjoy it.
I played pretty long chunks of it too. It's
How
fun.
do you guys feel? Because we had this talk in the Discord chat about this. The loot system, picking up stuff. At first, it's like, this is a cool concept. You don't even need to be... No. At first, it is a cool concept because you're like, oh, I'm a distance away from something. I can pick something up because it's basically just sucking stuff into my hand. Then you realize how much there is that you basically are playing Luigi's Mansion where you're just sucking up everything.
I was an extra big fan of, this is sarcasm, by the way, of, that really cool mechanic where you suck everything up, but sometimes you don't suck it enough.
Yeah.
So you don't quite get it. Get
Suck
the
it
fuck out of here. Wasting my goddamn time. What the hell?
After every room, I always do the scan to make sure that they're all actually. And then there's one that's just blue. and I'm like,
right.
Wait.
what?
I never tried the
Pass
scan.
my
to
hand
see
over again.
what-
Like
if I
there's
missed
fucking
it.
nothing. Why are you still blue?
World of Warcraft did loot better than any game when they started doing combined loot.
Okay.
One, no matter what body you searched, of all the things you killed,
everything in the area.
everything in the area came up from that body.
ESO does that now too. Yeah.
Yes. That is how I want loot to work. If I have to loot
Like
something.
from any game. From any game.
If I don't have an inventory max or something like that, like a weight management kind of thing.
With Baldur's Gate 3, honestly, because I have to cut every corpse that
Yeah.
people I kill, I go click loot.
Yeah.
Click loot.
I bet that'll be a mod if they don't do that in the launch of Baldur's Gate.
Don't they did that with Fallout, didn't they? Or did they do a mod for Fallout where
No,
you just
they do
click
that.
on something
They do.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
go loot everything in this area, and this cool, done.
Yes.
Maybe not.
no,
I'm sure
maybe
there's a
not.
mod for it.
They at least did the thing in Fallout 4 where you don't have to go into your inventory to pick stuff up. You just look and it pops up on the screen.
Yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
instead
That
of-
was big. That was the big change for Fallout 4.
Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Like you don't
There's
have
not
to
a new
click on it
interface.
or something. If you just hover over it, you can be like, take it all.
Right. It basically just came up in your HUD.
But a lot of
instead
games should
being-
have a loot this entire room in one second button.
Yep.
That'd be great.
100%.
Yeah, Atomic Heart it's got a great game inside of there with random weird choices and annoying things. But
It's got a good heart.
For their
No,
first
Atomic. Atomic.
But otherwise, it blows.
Atomic.
like right when you get into the open world portion, like I don't know how many of them there are, but I got to one after a little bit, and then like you want to kind of walk around and explore this open world, but there's security cameras at every corner,
Yeah.
and it's like this is kind
As soon
of
as you get into there the first time, there's like a security camera, and then there's already robots around. I'm like, I'm getting attacked by grenades. I just got out. Oh my God, I'm dying. Why?
and
Why?
then you shoot down the camera,
Yeah.
and robots come and start repairing it.
They shoot that, and then there's another one comes out with a laser robot.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking just, I want to run around, but there are ways to kind of disable the cameras.
I like the idea. Like, I mean, it basically is Columbia, like in essence.
It's very Bioshock Infinite.
It's
yeah.
really just Bioshock Infinite. But man,
At least you got to
that
play the intro of Bioshock Infinite.
No, but I'll say this: that
Christ.
scene, yeah, I know the boat scene at the beginning, boring as hell because you're just like, okay, I'm riding around. I get to take in some things, but when you get to that scene where the machine picks up your vehicle and you're flying around, and it's like takes you into the clouds, and you get this rain effect, and then you go back out and you see this whole entire area.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this.
Right.
This is beautiful.
Right.
Like, holy crap.
If I had a fast forward button to like that in 5 minutes
I was
rather
taking
than
it in,
25.
man. I
It was a little
taking
too
it in.
long.
What about that part where you're like slowly crawling around the edges of that room and the pools are below you because you have to shoot the disable the things hanging above the pools. You have to shoot your electricity at it to zap the batteries or whatever, and it's just like you have to wait and sit on this block while you're slowly just crawling around the edge of the room and waiting for the next thing to shoot, and you're just sitting there like, oh, what the fuck?
I will say,
You're going to kill everything in the sky. You're just like, all right.
there
come on.
is a part when you first learn the scanning technique, and I was just pressing through to get through something, and then it's like, use the scanning technique, and I'm like, I think it's just press L and hold down this button, and it doesn't work. It was like just make my hand come out and do the sucky thing, and I'm like, how do I
Wrong button.
fucking scan? And I had no clue how to fucking scan. And I went to start menu. I'm like, there has to be like a guide that shows you this. Nothing on there. I literally had to restart and then look at that again. And I still was like, what is it? Oh, I got to double tap this button to get it to scan.
Oh, you're playing on console?
I was playing on console.
okay.
No, I'm doing
You have to
keyboard and mouse.
on console. You have to double tap and hold down to scan.
Oh, weird.
And it's fucking weird.
I
yeah,
mapped it to my MMO mouse. No big deal.
I can appreciate that they mapped it to L.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
that's
kinda
true. I do like he's like repents. He puts his hand out. He's like, I like this.
Atomic
It's
Heart.
got some
yeah.
fun moments. It's super
it's a
Bioshock.
solid game. There's a
Yeah.
lot of rough edges, but as for their first game, it's good.
Is this studio's first game?
Yeah, it's the studio's very first game.
All right.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's on Game Pass. Play it. Why not?
it's on Game Pass. It's at least fun to just be able to run around and
You want a game in the same
Fight
style?
enemies.
It's even better. Play Prey.
yeah. Yeah.
And we'll get another big Game Pass game coming out next week with the Wulong or whatever it's called.
Oh, is that next
yeah.
week?
Yeah.
I had no idea that came out that soon.
Wulong clan gang, nothing to fuck.
Wulong Dynasty. I'm down with that for sure.
All right, Sam. Pre-Atomic Hearts, though. I mean, like, what? I'll give you a more directed question.
Yeah.
You got that really nice VR headset. What you been doing with it?
Dust.
I mean,
We are
close that door. Nah. I actually haven't used it in a little while.
You got one of like
Mainly-
the premium ones, right? You
I
got
do
a-
have
He
the
has
index.
the
the
index.
index,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Just because I don't have the most room in my room.
Sure.
So it's a little awkward of like being able to run around and whatnot.
Yeah.
And also because there's so many games out right now that aren't in VR that I also really want to play.
Yeah, fair, fair. What is in VR though that's maybe on your wish list that you're like, hoping that you can get to?
My friend gifted me Bone Labs.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Christmas.
really good things about
Yeah.
Bone Labs.
And like the main thing that I've heard of like that people have problem with it is that it's only locomotion.
Okay.
Because, a lot of people get, motion sick with it
yeah.
and they
Warp
want
is
the
better.
teleport. I play Half-Life Alyx with locomotion,
you?
so I'm perfectly fine with it.
You did that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive because, I got sick trying it that way.
I'm perfectly fine with
And
it. The only thing that happens is that my feet hurt because my toes clench into the ground so much.
I think finishing Half-Life Alyx is on my plate when I get back from Vegas. I was close to playing it last night, but I have to dig out my link cable.
I should have played Fallout Vegas, New Vegas before.
See, that would have meen good
Damn
sense.
it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You should have upped your
missed-
luck trait
Hey,
before.
Put it on your
Ooh.
Steam Deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
For you know what? I'm considering playing Metroid Prime for the first time ever on my plane ride to Vegas.
You got a 4-hour plane ride, buddy.
Yeah. I want to be excited about it, but maybe I'm wrong. But
Maybe I was
just
wrong
feel like I'm
about
going to be
this
playing
game.
a very kind of dated first-person shooter. But I'm hoping that
Yes.
there's something more special about it.
Yes.
I don't know.
I mean, from what
Both
I've-
of those things can be true. That
Yeah.
isn't mutually exclusive. There'll be
Yeah.
a
From what
special
I've heard
thing
is-
about it that you'll enjoy, and also it'll feel like a day-to-day.
I think they did a really good job. I mean, like I've been playing a little bit of it. I think they did a really good job with a lot of the touch up. I mean, this was not a just like, we'll just put it on the Switch and call it a day. They did a lot to it. It's just, it still has some of those
old game mechanics.
old gameplay kind of things. But
well, I love the 2D Metroid, so
who doesn't?
yeah, for sure.
Like Super Metroid?
Yeah.
Speaking of
played a little bit of
you know what I appreciate that they put on they talked about this in the PS VR2 thing is that Before Your Eyes. I'm so glad that game is getting like VR support.
yeah, it's like the perfect game for VR.
It's the perfect game
And
for
PlayStation
VR.
players getting Demio as well.
You've got the Nintendo Game Pass thing, right? Old games thing?
Yeah, I can play Super Metroid for free.
You should
yeah.
do that.
Maybe I'll get it on the
That's a
plane. Yeah.
great
There we
idea,
go.
actually. You know
Yeah.
what? That's your homework.
Do that
In
instead
Vegas.
of- yeah.
You have to beat Super Metroid.
I think I have to pay for Wi-Fi on the plane though. So
Nah, it's a
you have
4-hour
to
plane
have
ride.
Wi-Fi
No,
to-
not on a plane
play
ride to
it?
Vegas. It's free.
you sure? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Fuck it.
Whoa.
I will play
I
a
don't know.
Metroid
I'll
game
bet
on my
you
trip.
$1.
Some Metroid game.
Will you
Started
bet him
early.
Wi-Fi?
I'll bet you some Wi-Fi.
Are you sure on Spirit Airlines that's the case?
You're on Spirit Airlines? Oh, no. Kenny,
You
you're
have to
not
pay for Wi-Fi. You'll also have to pay for anything
Yes,
else.
exactly.
Kenny, it's standing room only.
More like why fly?
Well,
Surprise Spirit doesn't have like coin-operated toilets.
those
I
are the
die.
only flights that
Fly
had.
with Spirit Airlines.
It's the only flights that had non-stop trips to Vegas. All the other ones had stops.
Southwest, buddy.
Not when I looked.
Oh, well, you looked
Yeah.
wrong. We are southwesting it, and it's nonstop. So
I don't care.
we're good.
At least there's no one
Yeah, you
sitting
do.
in my
You guys
row.
have a lot of
You should
gaming
care a
coming
little.
up, and all the gaming that I have is right stat now. So, Kenny, do you have a game?
I do have a game. It's one of my favorite games that Tim's brother invented for us with a magic spreadsheet. And I like to play it when we have a table full of people so we can all shout out the
Table full
answers
of
together.
people.
And it is called Round, 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 Round Trip. Round, 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 round trip. Round, 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 round trip. Round trip.
I like that you have to do that every single
Wow, that
time.
sounds so good, Kenny. You're
You
the
have to do
best.
that every
Oh
single
my
time.
god!
That'll come together as a nice harmony.
I'm sure it will.
It's a musical cacophony in my ears.
So the way I
Who's listening
you
right
said
now
the
that has
word
no idea what's
cacophony.
going on?
The way I had to describe this is that Tim's brother made a Excel spreadsheet where I can plug in the name of a video game. The spreadsheet translates that name into like 30 different languages, takes those translations, translates them back to English through Google Translate. And what you get at the end is some, wacky translations from different languages. So for one game, I will start listing the different translations that came out, and the gentleman at the table will shout out the name of the game as soon as they know it.
I'm really bad at this game because I just keep laughing too much to really think.
Yeah, they're usually solid.
Ship a tide, a wave.
Usually I start with the ones that are wackier, and the farther I get down the list, you start hearing more words that probably might actually be in the game title. And the rule of jinx applies. If you say it exactly the same time as someone else, the first person that says jinx will get the point. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Jinx.
I didn't say it.
Hello, quickly. How fierce are you?
Fear effect.
Hi, fish. Hyphy Rico.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rock.
Fish.
Hi, fish.
Good job. The rest of those were Hyphy Rico, Hello Fi Haste, and Hello, I Rush.
Hello, I Rush.
All right,
As
next
if
game.
the band Rush was talking to like babies. Hello, I Rush.
Did you play any of that Hi-Fi Rush?
I haven't downloaded. I haven't played it yet.
That's a good one. Here we go.
That's a good one. Let's go.
All right.
Abdominal. The heart of the price.
Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart.
Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
Sam, give us a chance here, man.
Abdominal. So, yeah.
Abdominal. Like, all right, it's got to be
It's
something
in
with
your
like organs or
chest, in your
something.
heart. Yeah.
The rest for that one was nucleus. And then nuclear hearts and Adam Hurt.
Adam
Hurt sounds like a band or like a musician who's like, yeah, I'm Adam Hurt.
John
We've been
Hurt's
torn
son.
for years.
I'll
Here we
play
go.
acoustic guitar.
Next game. All right. Book of Bowick. The last one is Benzoic Fox. The last Barrack Fox.
The Benedict Fox game. I can't remember the fucking name of it.
It's a case of Benedict Fox. So.
I need the full title. You almost said it.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
The
someone
last case of Benedict Fox. The last cases of Benedict Fox.
Benedict
The
Fox.
You just said it.
Benedict
but-
Fox
but
in
you
the
said
last
word-
space.
Just
Okay.
let it. Just let, give it to Tim. Give it to Tim.
You said it, but you said
close enough.
Benedict, I think. But
come
yeah.
on.
Yeah,
That's
you got
close
it.
enough.
You got it. The
How
last,
dare you, sir? This man has a name.
the last one is the last case of Benedict Fudick. And for some reason, Fudick is in capital letters.
Fudick.
Hello, I am Mr. Fudick.
Oh man, Mr. Fudick.
Foodic.
We meet again.
All right, here we
I'm
go.
a food critic.
Next game.
You said Benedict.
Seeds of Dead. Pinto of Death. A Difference Double Door.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
The Death Department.
Death's Door.
Death's Door.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
I am
now.
blanking today.
Go ahead, Sam. This game's all yours, buddy. I
I'm just
kinda
looking
wanna
for
sit
like a
back
single word
Yeah,
that kind
you
of
got it.
sounds like something.
That's
Sure.
how you do it. The last one that I didn't read was Court of Death in capital letters.
Oh,
It just sounds like a book.
Yep. Next one. Hospel's Heritage. Hoger Interior. Ranger Hoguy. Brad Art's Heritage. The Hog of the Hogs.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Amazing.
What was it like? Second or third one you said?
Hoger Interior or Ranger Hoguy?
Ranger Whole Guy.
Hogarth's Hero.
Braid Art's
Whole Guy. Who goes there?
Hogarth's
Braid Art's
Heroes.
Heritage. All right, here we go. How do you pronounce? Okay, here we go. Teuton ran in a period of time. During the dumps. Doves and time.
Turtles in
Hat in
Time.
Time?
Turtles in time. Hey,
amazing.
Oh no, Hat in Time would have
Dumps
been
in
good.
time. Oh God, oh no, oh God, oh no.
Oh, God. I am dumbstruck by
Yeah,
this fucking game.
I got a lot of these, so you
Yeah.
got a chance. The rest of that for Turtles in Time were the pigeons at the time, intercourse in time, and all caps, Turt's time.
It's Turks time, baby. It's Turks time.
Here we
That's
go.
what I say when I want people to play Turtles in Time.
Next game. A monster between us. Dog in the middle of us.
The Wolf Among Us?
Wolf among us. Hey,
Amazing.
Well played, Sam.
The other two were Wolu between us and Wolf us.
Wolf us.
Both with question marks. All right. Questions and Quaka. Trip and Chaquette. Knife and Hook.
Rotten Blade?
Raffet and Klein.
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
Nah, it's yours.
Amazing.
Hook and Klein.
And last one was Sobent Wheels and the Clink.
Soaped wheels in the clink.
I
Hey, yo,
wouldn't
I'm
mind that.
soaping clean.
Hey, I'm soaping clean over here.
All right, here we go. The God of Alcohol.
God of War.
The original Milk Bride. The First Divine.
Divinity Original Sin.
Divinity Original Sin. Tim.
Amazing.
How did they get milk in there?
No idea.
I don't know.
The Sins of the Origin
Original
of the
Sin?
God.
Maybe Divinity is milk.
Folk Original Crime, Divine Initial Fault, and Primitive Sin. Here we go. Next game. My Sweater. My Cocker. My Broom.
My story.
Jinx.
Broom Fair. My Cleaner. I Want to Sweep.
Power Wash Simulator.
I Want to Sweep. Mine.
Minecraft?
Minesweeper?
Minesweeper.
Oh, you tricksy.
I want to sweep.
Thank you, Tim, for that Minecraft. I would not have thought of.
All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 8 left. And score update: Sam 5, Tim 3, Ryan 2. 8 left. Anybody's game. Here we go. Force player.
Forspoken?
Forspoken.
God damn it.
I was thinking that too, but I was like, that's too easy.
Forspoken rest are predicted to be submitted for the bad guys. Fever spoken and Forspoken. All right, here we go. I like this one. Rabbits and 2 drivers.
Mario and Rabbids. Sam and Max.
Warning War and Dragon 2.
Dragon Age Inquisition 2.
Wars and the Dragon.
Dragon Warrior.
Age Inquisition?
Dragon Warrior Monster.
Dragon Warrior 7. Dragon Warrior 2. I don't know.
Latods and Deuce 2.
Dragon Warrior 2.
Buttocks and the Dragon.
Butt Dragons.
Dragon Age 2?
Battle Teds and Dumb.
Battletoads.
Jinx.
Was it 2? Oh.
Battle Teds
Battletoads.
and Dumb. Buttocks and the Dragon.
So it's not Battletoads. Oh.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Battletoads might be in the title somewhere.
Oh, fuck. I don't
Is
know.
it Double Dragon and Battletoads? Battletoads and Double Dragon?
Battletoads and Double Dragon. Thank you very much.
Amazing.
I didn't even know that was a game. So.
That is a game.
I knew Double Dragon was a game. I knew Battletoads was a game. Did not know that there was a combo.
There was a combo game, yeah. Battle Teds and Dumb is all caps. D-U-M. All right, here we go. Run hello.
Hello World.
Access to Hala.
Valhalla.
To reach the heads.
Valheim. Jinx.
To reach the heads. Hello arrives. The Halo show.
Halo. Reach.
Halo Reach.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing. Here we go.
Gotta catch up.
Dance of Dance We
Dance
Know.
Dance Revolution.
We Know. I don't know what that is.
Dance of the Necromancer.
Kristen Necrodancer.
Necrodancer. Necromancer.
Dan's Info.
Dan has info.
The Hell of the Dumb.
Valheim.
Butt Dings Hell.
Hades.
Metal Hellsinger?
Metal Hellsinger.
Dandy's Inferned.
Dante's
Dante's
Inferno.
Inferno.
Dante's Inferno.
Amazing.
You get that one.
And the last one was, I swear to God, this is hilarious. Dan T's Infrono. That's like in Clerks 3. You remember Dan T?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Dante.
All right. Very shouted, etc. Ring of Primal.
Ring Fit Adventure?
Shadow War.
Far away, the cry of primary.
Elden
Far
Ring.
Cry Primal.
Far Cry Primal.
Amazing.
God, the unforgotten, lost but not forgotten Far Cry game.
All right.
Lost in Time and Lost in Time.
Guys, you want to play Turts in Time, actually?
I got 3 more. And they're kind of hard. Here we go.
Here we go.
Lodge's Wall. Lolly is on rod.
Lolly.
You run pounds. Praise runners.
Dark Souls.
Pud runner. Load corridor.
Bit Trip
Shadow
Runner?
Run.
Load Corridor.
Into the Breach.
Cyberpunk.
Hallway Simulator.
Pud runner.
Pud Runner.
Load corridor.
Pud.
Pud. What is a pud?
Put your hand on my pud.
The title of that game is in both of those. Pud runner. Load corridor. Within those 4 words.
Load Pud?
Pud Lord.
What the fuck is this game?
I don't know.
Corridors of
Loader?
Time.
Pud runner. Load corridor. Take 2 of those words and put them in the right
Load
order.
Corridor. Pud Time.
Run Loader. Load Runner.
Pud
runner.
Load Runner.
Amazing.
Load Runner.
Load runner.
What the fuck is Load Runner?
You've never heard of Load Runner?
I've heard of Load Runner.
So it's hard.
What the
There you
fuck
go.
is Load Runner?
It's a really good game, actually. My brother
I'm
loves this
looking
game.
up Load Runner.
Yeah.
I think he's load of crap right here, Runner.
Yeah, more like Load Running in your jeans.
Load Runner is a 2D puzzle platform game, and it was made. It was on like Atari.
Oh, wow.
So
Your brother loved that game, huh?
Hey, really?
I think they made editions of it throughout the years because it's like been remade a million times.
I mean,
Here we go.
good
It's
for
obviously a
it.
classic.
Here we
you
go.
know.
Yeah, apparently.
With a scurvy armor, a weapon with weapons,
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
a square weapon.
Minecraft.
The monster has a gun. Single in a pistol.
Pistol whip.
Squirrd has gun.
Squirrel with gun.
gun-
Squirrel with a gun. Right.
Amazing.
That's not even out yet.
No, it's not. Here we go. Sam's going to win this, but here's the last one. And
Damn it.
he already won, but this I got a bunch of translations for this one because they were all hilarious, so I had to write every single one. Here we go. Die search shopor.
Death may die.
Tightly, tightly, tight.
I expect you to die.
Serious trinkology. Death is rude. A hard blow.
Death Stranding.
Adult trinky disease.
Disease.
Oh, guys, I got adult drinking disease.
Probably my
crap.
favorite translation of the whole thing. Harvey Tallis diet.
What the fuck?
Loss of Trilgi.
Okay.
Dying for a great folder.
Dying Lights.
Dying Light 2.
He dies so hard.
Die Hard.
Solid trilogy.
Die Hard trilogy.
Die Hard trilogy.
Yeah.
There you go. With a score
What the
of 8 points to
Jesus, Sam.
Tim and Ryan tied at 5 each.
Yeah.
Sam ran away with it in round trip.
Round trip.
Harvey Tallis diet.
What does that even mean?
I have no idea.
What does that mean?
I actually Googled Harvey Tallis to see if he's a person. He's not. It's just some language said Die Hard trilogy is
Some
Harvey
language
Tallis diet.
says Harvey Tallis means okay.
That's amazing.
We should make that diet. And everyone goes, "Who's Harvey Tallis?" And we never tell them who it is.
He's the one that made the diet.
He's the one who did the diet. What are you talking about here?
Dying for a great folder. Adult trinky disease. Somehow that comes from Die Hard too.
It sounds like something that you see on like a late infomercial commercial. Do you have adult drinking disease?
Our listeners and patrons are plumb fantastic. We appreciate you guys, and every time you click on our episodes and every time you listen to one of our episodes, we're here to entertain you, make you laugh, bring some joy and trivia into your day to day. So if we did that, mission accomplished. We got an offer for you content creators out there in the space. Our Patreon's got a limited quantity Leet sponsorship tier. You can sponsor a weekly Random Game 2 segment. Yeah. Sign up and we'll get your name out in content to all our incredible listeners. For more information, check out patreon.com/Leetist. Our show wouldn't be the same without the support of our super fly patrons. Let's Play Princess, Michael Hughes, Mega White, Eggs Heath, Darstradius, aptly dubbed, Cy Wrote This, Ross Varner. Hey, Zach, huge thanks. I won't just give you huge thanks. Retro Game Brews, Spoof Shot, McCoordinator, Kyle Prime, Lemons, Andrew Morris, Brandon Walls, Andy, a.k.a. the Hobby Time 168. By the way, he's going to be changing his name soon. He's not going to be Andy anymore.
Not wrong. Andy took his name.
And according to his name, my amazing brother Isaac at Ecano Mechanic, and of course, our super sponsor, the Game Essayist. So be sure to check out the link to his YouTube channel in the show notes. Yeah, you people out there, we love you. We adore each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. So just thank you. You guys are truly. Hey, did you know patrons of the Leetist get access to all kinds of goodies from us, including show shout-outs, bonus episodes, experimental content, game transcripts, and whatever else comes into our noggins? Your funds help us with game equipment upgrades, prizes and merch, visits, due doodads, gizmos,
Hardtack
and more.
And
So,
doohickeys.
for doohickeys is especially important. For additional info about becoming a patron of the show, again, you can check us out at patreon.com/theleetist.
For just $3, you can get the show earlier than everyone else, and also access to bonus content. 30 extra minutes of the latest every week. So join your patron friends over at patreon.com/thelatest.
You guys want to play a game?
Hell yeah!
I got a little game. It's a little debate game.
What game are we playing?
It's called GAMERDOME. Two gamers enter, one gamer
Yeah,
leaves.
that's
Very
not
nice.
Slap a Debate at all. It's GamerDome, a completely different game that involves the same premise.
It's a very similar game. They're both debate games, but this is a devil's advocate game.
Yeah.
Where one person will be taking the devil's advocate side. The other person will be taking the opposite side. Generally, devil's advocate is the more frowned upon side.
Yeah.
More contentious
A little
stance.
spiciness
I
into
watched
it.
that movie, Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Son of a woman?
Keanu.
No, that's not son of a woman.
That's
Which
he.
one of that is he?
I'm the devil.
All right, so starting up, we will
Play
have
on words.
Tim versus Kenny.
Okay.
And y'all can flip on who wants to choose if they want to be devil's
Kenny, why don't
advocate
you
or not.
flip?
Okay.
Skyrim symbol.
Scooby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, do you want to be devil's advocate or do you want to be not devil's advocate?
Not devil's advocate.
Not devil's advocate. Okay. All right. So, hey, Kenny,
Yep.
autosaves, you don't need them in a game. Games don't need autosaves. And Tim, you're taking the opposite stance that
Okay.
games should have autosaves.
Oh boy. Let me think about this for a second before I start. Autosaves ruin games. I mean, they take all the stakes out of everything you're doing. I mean, you want to be challenged, and mostly the way I want to play the games, I want to be challenged and feel like I've accomplished something. And if every time I'm going around, it's just saving every 2 seconds, and there's no, I mean, I don't have to worry. You know, there's a guy coming around the corner. I don't have to be afraid of him. There's no fear in me. There's no sense of triumph when I beat him because I didn't feel like there was anything at stake really. Because it doesn't matter if I win or if I lose. I can start right where I started again. It takes all the fun out of gaming, and fuck them.
Fuck you, autosave people.
I said we're going to try to keep this one short. There we go.
No. Like, I have no argument. He's absolutely
Aggressive.
right.
I like it. All right, Tim. What do
I
you got?
mean, you know, I guess autosaves were this wonderful feature that we started getting access to, you know, over time, and it ended up being kind of a beautiful thing. I think the coolest part about autosaves is to become a mechanic the developers can put into a game to decide where is a good place to restart content. And the thing that I like about autosaves the most, and when it's done right, is that it doesn't put you back to a frustrating point. You know what I mean? Like, it can still give you a challenge. It can still kind of force you to get into something that maybe, you know, is you know, still a challenge between where you're going and where you've been kind of thing, but they don't have to take you so far back that you hate your life, right? I, for example, as a gamer, I can't stand replaying more than maybe 10 to 15 minutes of something that I've already done. And autosave kind of saves me from that, you know? I can do it myself, of course, but and that's really easy for, say, like a PC gamer, but a console gamer kind of thing every single time has to consciously think about going into their submenus and saving their game, or, you know, quick saving in that sense. Kind of, it adds extra steps. It adds a lot of bloat to your gaming experience. So I think autosaves are a great way to kind of get past that.
I think you could keep all of what you're saying and also put the save in the hand of us just by having quick save. You don't have to go into menu. You don't have to do anything. You hit F5 on your keyboard. They could implement that in
Bias
in console games more often, but they don't. But they probably could. I mean, just have some sort of combination of buttons where I just do that real quick and it quick saves. And the choice is up to me. Maybe if I want to quick save in the middle of a game, you can make the choice yourself if you want to be like a save scummy guy who's saving all the time. But at least I have the option, and it's not just kind of kind of like arbitrarily picking for me. I like having the choice of those things and not like quick autosaves all the time where I feel like my hand is being held because there's no stakes. Yeah, there you go.
I think there's some games out there that can definitely benefit from, putting more focus on the quick save rather than the auto save. I totally agree. But there's other games where you're really just trying to immerse yourself in the gameplay, not necessarily the storyline or anything like that. You don't need to worry about that necessarily. But, like if you are going screen to screen or you're going to area or it's just a constant flow of combat or something like that, autosaves are great because you don't have to kind of go. Maybe you went through a really challenging room, and your adrenaline is going, and you want to just kind of keep on flowing with that energy. You can just do it because you're moving on to the next thing. The game is already autosaving that for you. So I don't even know. What do you think of that, bitch?
Fuck you.
I like the feeling of like when my adrenaline's flowing and I fight like a really big boss that like, I have to remember to be like, okay, I finally did it. I gotta save, and I'll do it, because it's on me and I have the choice, and I like having the more control other than like the game having control of those things happening.
You're talking like this is some exclusivity where there's only one or the other, where you can only quick save or you can autosave. We're talking about autosaves as an option.
As an option.
Yeah, autosaves being available. Nothing about saying games should have autosaves in them says that quick save shouldn't be available to you or manual save shouldn't be available to you. Bitch.
Let me think about
Blouses win.
Well, I still think that even if it was an option for me and I have to go in the options and turn on autosave, I mean, that's different than quick save, isn't it?
Sure.
And it's still passing the reins over to the game in an experience that I would rather, control myself and not take the stakes out of.
I agree that it should be an accessibility option to turn autosaves off.
All right, we're done.
Well,
Ooh, this one's tough. Y'all are
was it tough?
from a purely
I totally don't believe almost anything I said.
trying to do it from a purely unbiased, just going off of point versus points.
It's tougher than the actual debate.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
TKO.
TK Knowles.
Kenny, I loved your just instant aggression right
Don't
off the
give him
bat.
that.
Go
Don't give
fuck
him
him.
that.
Tim had a lot of good points on, the fact that you don't want to have to lose all this progress and go back and replay so much of the game and whatnot.
Sure.
And Kenny, you had great points of, I want to be in control of when I save. I want to be able to do it here and here. I don't want, the game designers to be like, oh, this is where we think you want to be saved at. Oh, I'm going to go with Tim.
Yeah.
I will do
I
whatever
got
it
to debate
takes.
again.
I will do whatever it takes.
I mean, I love the way that the Souls games do them, and technically they're autosaving
Yeah.
like every second of the entire game.
No, I mean,
So,
like,
yeah.
you should absolutely 100% autosaves are meant in order to alleviate us from the frustrations that used to occur, which was, hey, you have to fucking restart from the very beginning, which makes it less fun for people to play a game.
The Souls games figured out a way to do it where, you
That's
still
fine.
got the progress where everything's respawning, but still, if you turn off the console, you don't have to worry about shit because it's auto-saved every second. It just starts you exactly back where you
you
were.
didn't even go into the concept of what if you had a power outage or something like that. You're fucking playing a game, you didn't save because you're just playing the game, and then if you didn't have autosave, you lost all that progress.
That would be on Tim's side, right?
No, that's what I'm
You could have
saying.
gone
They didn't even
into
bring
if the
that
game
up.
autosaves at a bad point where you're down on inventory, you're at a bad point with enemies around you. Because I've had some times where it's like, oh, it autosaved me right here. Where's my last save? Fucking an hour ago.
Well, I'm sure he would have came right back with like, that's why there's multiple autosaves.
Yeah, that's why I like that they do have multiple autosaves.
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Also, listeners, do not add us about any of the opinions or points that we were going on this. I am forcing them to take one side and the other. We all enjoy autosaves. They're very nice. They have literally saved me hours of progress before.
Usually. Sometimes I've been fucked by him, but
All right. Okay. All right. What's
All right.
debate number 2?
Tim
Yeah.
versus Ryan.
Yeah.
All right.
Since Ryan, you are actually, Tim, since you won, do you want to be devil's advocate?
I'll be devil's advocate.
Oh, wow. Really?
All
Yeah,
right.
you're welcome.
All right. It is more fun to be on the other side.
So, Tim,
You
Yeah.
got to be creative.
physical games are better than digital games.
interesting one.
And Ryan, you're going to be arguing that digital games are better than physical games.
Oh, yeah. The defense may begin.
If you think that digital games are better than physical games, you need to check your privilege. The world has not technologically
asshole.
evolved enough in order to just say, hey, let's just offer internet access, to every individual everywhere. Because digital game, I mean, if you have money, you've got internet access, you live in a nice area, yeah, you can get these digital games. You can get these 60 gig to 100 gig downloads, and you can put them on your consoles. And great. Hey, good for you, Ryan, that you have access to that. All right. But what about, this kid in this country over here that doesn't have access to reliable internet, even if he had some like sparse internet? I mean, we're talking like megs, like a 56K modem equivalent kind of thing, trying to download these games. It's not, first of all, it's not going to happen. He'll reach his 18th birthday by the time he can actually download this game. Physical copies serve a real need to make it so that games are available to everyone.
Do physical copies come with update patches that are necessary in today's day and age with video games, where when you get a game, there's always a day one patch that actually makes it fucking work? Because they don't.
You play a lot of games that can, get some day one patches and everything. You should really check your privilege.
Check my privilege. Look, the video game industry has evolved. That is the purest thing we can say right now, is that the idea of video games as a physical medium is becoming more on the wayside, just as Blu-rays are becoming less popular because streaming services have offered many alternatives. I mean, look, make way. All right. The digital age gives a lot more freedom, a lot more alleviation from people having to actually go out to a store, actually pick up a game, have to put in the CD and run it. And what happens if that CD breaks? You're out of the game. You don't have that game.
Sure.
There's no breaking on a digital copy. There's no breaking of this. You can say check your privilege all you want, and that's fine. If someone has a fucking console that they cannot run these, cannot actually, play these games without having internet, a lot of these consoles won't let you run things without update patches anyways, or they won't let you update the game or play the game until you get an update. So you need internet regardless. It is an important, pivotal aspect to what the digital medium has provided to us. Ease of access. We no longer are required or restricted to having to go to certain stores like GameStop, which nickel and dime you for your actual money, like from your product that you purchase from them. It's very much a more centralized, streamlined system that makes it more easy for the user and the consumer to have something that is going to be beneficial for them.
Fair enough. So if you were, strong emotional argument aside. Now, I'm not really sure worldwide, how that's handled kind of thing. Like in the cases where people don't have reliable internet access and you can't download Atomic Heart's 67 gigabyte patch as soon as you fucking, get the game. Like, how is that even handled? I don't know. Do you get to play the game anyways? Like, do you play it in the state that it was released on kind of thing? And that's got that's its own can of worms, of course.
Yeah, and we're not arguing that.
Yeah. So beyond that too, you got me thinking about things like in the same kind of circumstances. I really do. When I say check your privilege, I mean what I really mean more than anything else is that yes, you've got like reliable access to internet packages that can get you these games, and that you can digitally stream. You can buy the cheaper console. Think about what that means. Like the cheaper console where you can't even use physical media isn't available to people that don't have reliable internet access. If you don't have reliable internet access, there's got to be some correlation between, like income, what you can actually like get in the first place. I think physical copies, physical mediums still give people access to games. And I think to say that we're evolving and this is where we've come and this is the new normal kind of thing leaves people in the dust. It leaves a lot of people that don't have access to that. Now, that's the emotional argument. The other side of it, not even emotional, the economical argument. At the same time, too, if we're going to talk about what you can do with physical media, I definitely agree that places like GameStop will nickel and dime you, right, for the games that you want to trade in. However, you can trade them in. If you're not going to play a game, you're not going to play a game. It's more valuable to you to not own it anymore than it is to continue owning it. So you can actually go and you can put that towards something else, or you can share it with your friends, and you can share it in a large circle of friends. And in some cases, I mean, physical medium allows you to put things on multiple systems all at the same time, where digital is completely like the grip of the software companies is on your digital media.
Hey, Tim, how are you playing a lot of your PlayStation games from Kenny?
We're doing console sharing. It's nice. I have a single friend that I share games from.
Yeah,
I
just
agree.
saying.
No. I'm checking my privilege. I'm saying it right here. I have access to those things.
That you can share with people. It's that argument. You can do that already with digital.
You can do that with one person.
Who fucking care? Like, you could share with anyone.
A lot of people care is what I'm saying. You can't just disregard that. There are a lot of people.
There's a lot of people that can share on digital means as well. But there's also the fact, looking on the opposite side, looking at how the companies are manufacturing, producing, that is a less cost for them to make a game, to be able to produce it digitally in order to be able to gain more profit for them, to be able to make better games, make more games. They can actually utilize this. And, let's say less carbon footprint, because they're not fucking putting plastic and paper into the world of making the boxes, the CDs, all that stuff. Everything that could contribute to that, you no longer need. I think it is all on a digital medium there.
I agree with that too, but also I think there's a point to be made about how precious something is when it's tangible. So I think digital media in some senses, and this is not to say that this discounts all digital mediums or anything like that, but the idea of collectorship or the idea of ownership and the actual tangibility and the objects that you own, physical medium like kind of gives you access to that. So the things that you get end up being more precious because of that. So you end up maybe even wasting less money or putting more effort into actually finishing the games that you end up purchasing, because they end up being more important to you because you can see them. They're right there in your face and they're not scrolled through, your not to attack our debate moderator or anything like that, your massive collection of games kind of thing. They're on your shelf.
Hit me deep.
I will say this, though. You brought up collection. I mean, like, that's the thing. The majority of people that are doing these physical mediums are collectors. They are there purely to have them as show trophies. They are things like books that they are not reading. They are out there just to display it, and they're not actually being done with the proper what you're supposed to do with games, which is playing. You have more opportunities, more chances for people to play a game that's streaming because you have an easier access to that game than having to go to a shelf, pull out the disc, put it in, make sure it's updated, all that stuff. We have so many better ways of handling getting into a game and being able to play a game, not to mention being able to play a game more seamlessly if it's downloaded directly onto your hard drive. I mean, these things are very important. So I got
to stop you on that one too, because you can preload games from digital media, from physical media.
You need a CD to launch it, but you can preload it. Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely. But like, that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, digital medium has allowed people these ease of access in order to be able to get into the game. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to games, it's about playing the damn game. It's not about owning the physical copy. It's about playing the damn game.
Hold on. That's not a valid argument there, because plenty of people buy plenty of digital games and don't play those games. So to say that people that buy digital versions of games are more likely to play games than the people that have physical versions of the game, that's no.
No, I would argue against that. I would argue that people that buy digital games will play those digital games, whether or not that happens right now or down the future, but it's backlogged. And that's the thing. Backlogs allow people to have these opportunities, these great, vast opportunities to be able to jam on or play whatever game they want to play.
I don't understand that you're saying that physical backlogs are invalid compared to digital backlogs?
I'm not saying that, because physical backlogs require you to actually go out and purchase the game and actually have that. When that game is really there, when it's there and present, when you go to GameStop and you purchase that, you're putting that game in, you're playing it.
Sure.
If you're doing a bundle, like Humble Bundle or whatever, then you're getting a bunch of games and you're going to get to them when you get to them. But it gives you these opportunities during these lulls, these downtimes that you have in your gaming world, where you go, oh yeah, I have this game. I want to try this out. I want to pump it out. Not to mention, man, streaming digital games, a lot of indie games do not get the opportunity to have a hard version of it, a very physical copy of the game. We wouldn't have certain games that are absolute masterpieces because they are not through that medium.
I would agree with that, but I would also say that, that is not a comparison of physical to digital media. That is absolutely
no.
It is absolutely not, because one is available in digital and one is not. So that is not a comparable. That is not a
it
comparison
absolutely
between
is comparison.
digital
It absolutely
media
is.
versus physical media. That's about availability of games.
No, it allows more companies to put their games out because it is harder for companies to put out a game in a physical medium than it is in a digital
But that is
medium.
not a detriment to physical media. That is a benefit of digital
Oh,
media.
it is absolutely a detriment to
Might I
physical
say
media.
closing statements if you want one?
My statement is closed.
Okay.
My statement's close.
All right.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
Oh man. Yeah.
No, before you say anything, I'll just say that like I think the question was just like you that you posed to them was like digital is better or physical is better. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It's like I think I heard from Tim a lot of like good arguments about the necessity of physical games, but I also heard a lot of good arguments from Ryan about why digital is better.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kenny.
Both had great arguments. Tim on the the lack of internet access in a lot of places or limited internet access that is a detriment. That's where physical games are really great and how you can collect them and they're there and you can actually show them off and you can physically hold them. Those are all great aspects. Ryan, the ability to have a lot more of them and the main part that you got in right at the end that was actually a huge part for me in this is the being able to have like indie developers be able to get games out. Because I will say that is a benefit of digital games and a downside of physical games because physical games are more difficult to create. You have to have a certain amount of infrastructure and there's a certain cost in making a physical game. Where in digital games, you can just put an indie game out there. You can get a lot of names out there like Baba Is You. That would never have really gotten put out or easily seen in the purely physical.
But that doesn't make it a better digital game than a physical
See,
game because
he's
it
arguing
doesn't
against you,
exist as the
Judge.
physical
He's
game.
arguing against you, Judge.
You're dividing by zero with that one.
I disagree. I would
As
argue
judge,
that
I will
all
also
day.
disagree.
Yeah, dude, you're wrong on that.
The physical versus digital was not just like this one physical game is better than the digital version of the game. It's in general physical versus digital.
It was physical games are better than digital games, right?
Yeah, but not specifically a single like one-to-one.
Oh, sorry, you didn't clarify.
Yeah, well, it's open-ended, so you could have done whatever.
That's why that's what my point was when I was saying it earlier that I think Ryan made more points about why it's better, and that's why I would probably go with him. But
Yeah, I will also concur.
there you go, Ryan.
I will do whatever it takes.
I will say that I think I don't hate the idea of people still want to get physical copies of games.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say this every time, one of our friends, Kyle, who's been on the show before, and patron of the show, he gets all of his Switch games physically. So whenever we're like, hey, let's play Smash Brothers, he has to open up a case and take it out and put it in and load it. And I'm like, this is so annoying.
I prefer to do the same thing, to be honest. Like,
Really?
I like having access to physical games because I don't. If I could get physical versions of each game in my Steam library, I would fucking have them, so I could get rid of them and I could sell them,
Yeah.
and I could get more games because of that. Like, that's the economical
Maybe
part.
there's a
of digital
lack
media that I don't
of
like.
the ability to Steam does have the refund option for 2 hours, but lack of an ability of digital trading.
Sure.
I want to trade in this digital game for digital currency, that digital world. Pokemon. Digimon.
Well, this is the first time we've done GamerDome on the main show with Sam here, so we'll say that Tim has a point and Ryan has a point. Next time we do it, you guys will get that tie.
We all have good
and
points.
see who,
Good points. Kenny, what was your point?
Kenny, what's the point?
Kenny, what's the point?
What's the point of anything? Come on, lay it out.
Fun is the point on the Leetist podcast. Hey, now. And we've reached the end of the show.
Yeah. Mabelcon, yeah.
The point is to ask Tim what's going on in Gamers Week podcast. podcast.
Well, if you came here from Gamers
Please.
Do a new accent.
okay, if you came here from Gamers Week
Oh,
podcast.
no.
Let's see, let's do it.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's
Do
see
a Jersey accent.
Jersey accent.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know
There you
how
go.
to
What
do
are you
it.
doing?
Hey, oh, hey. That's like Brooklyn, right?
Doing?
Hey, oh, hey.
It's New York. It's New York.
Where do you think you're from?
whatever.
Gamers Week podcast?
What are we doing over
If
here?
you are, here's a trivia spot question that we have for you
Like
guys.
Philadelphia.
I don't know. It's somewhere northeast of me.
We got a trivia spot for you.
Good game designers, okay? They truly have a vision in their games, all right?
Don't you know? Yeah.
It's,
that's
oh, no, we're heading a
Minnesota.
little bit more west on that one.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
from
bud.
Minnesota now.
That was Sweden.
What are you doing here?
Hey, Minnesota, bud.
Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Like every accent
Is that
mixed together.
Canadian too?
Not Minnesota.
Minnesota,
Yeah,
Minnesota says
Minnesota.
a boot.
Yeah,
Okay,
ooh,
there.
ooh.
So good game designers, they truly have a vision for their games.
We'll find
And
the
sometimes they use creative methods to visualize what they want to put on the screen, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For instance, Hideo Kojima, which is hard to say.
Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima's son used to love visiting his dad in the office during the development of Metal Gear Solid. That's almost Canadian for dipping into Canadian.
Minnesota and Canada.
Minnesota and
Canada are
Canadian
very
are pretty
similar.
much.
Because his dad used what toys to help him design his games?
What toys?
What
oh
toys?
My God, they probably give him the weirdest
Cardboard boxes.
Legos.
shit.
Is it G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe, yeah. It's Transformers.
Lego's totally right, don't you know?
Oh,
Yeah, I think I've heard
Oh,
that.
you got that,
Yeah.
bud.
Being a Kojima fanboy,
you're so good.
I think that was in my
Kojima loves you.
subconscious. somewhere,
Very
yeah.
nice, very nice. That question was
right.
brought to me by the greatest man in the entire world, Andy, aka
greatest
Hobby
man.
Time 168. So thank you, Andy, for your contribution to the show. We always appreciate you, but just like we appreciate all of you wonderful, amazing listeners out there in La La Land and everywhere else.
Hey now, thank you very much, Tim. Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you very much, Sam, for joining us today around the
Sam,
table.
you're a
Having
star.
me. Oh, you know.
We're
I
sticking
try
around-
myself.
We're sticking around to do bonus content for patrons, as we always do. So check out our Patreon to
It's
get
true.
extra Leetist content every week.
Please do this thing.
Please do it.
And we'll be back next week with more games about games.
Oh my God.